Bros Before Shows.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Bros Before Shows. I'm Scotty.
I'm Twinkie.
Yeah, and we have a special guest today. This is Mr. Jeremy
Hunnell. It's like funnel with an H.
Yeah, and we're at his home, and we're gonna check out his studio and stuff. So, how'd you guys get started with like customizing and stuff?
Actually started when I was about, like I was telling you earlier, about 5 or 6 years old. I just got my tonsils taken out, and I was in the hospital recovering and doing all this kind of stuff.
Eating
and,
ice cream.
Oh man, up to my eyeballs in ice cream. Apparently you can eat too much. Go figure. 6-year-old, whatever. Friends, family was bringing little presents and stuff, and my uncle brought me this big 250-piece count bucket of Army Man. I don't even know if you can still get those or not anymore. But yeah, I got those, and so got discharged, kicked out, whatever, and went home, got to playing with those and stuff, and they're all the same color, they're all green. Mm-hmm. So after a while playing with them, they kind of all got kind of mished up and stuff, and couldn't really decide which one was on which team, and so that's when I kind of started painting them to kind of differentiate which one was from which side. And the more I painted them, the more I realized, hey, I like doing this better than I do, other stuff. And then from there, it kind of evolved into just me just getting stuff and painting and customizing and taking this head off of this guy or this leg off of that dude and mishmashing them together. And it's kind of evolved into what I do today.
Yeah, because you're a huge Star Wars fan, so you do the same thing.
Super huge nerd, yes.
Yeah, his entire living room is all Star Wars.
Yeah, maybe, we can pan around or whatever. But yeah, it's Star Wars aplenty. Hobby Lobby, Target, I hit everywhere.
Customs.
Yeah, you painted too.
Yeah, and what I don't already have, I tend to make. Yeah, so that's kind of what it is.
So, when you say that you customize and paint, and tell some things that you actually do, because he actually makes a lot of the parts too.
Correct. Yeah, it's kit bashing, customizing, things like that. Basically, what it is, if somebody messages me and say, "Hey, I need a figure,"
right,
and I'll say, okay, whatever, and we'll hash out the details. I will go into like research mode, see what figures from which toy lines may have the stuff that I need, and if it doesn't exist, then I have to make it, and that's literally what I'll do. I'll, get reference pictures, as I said, and I will.
You do like 3D printing? Or
you do like, we'll do 3D printing, or like I said, kit bash, take pieces from this and that and mesh them together, and kind of come up with them that way. Yeah, it's really cool. That's kind of why Frankenstein's monster is kind of on my business cards and stuff. Yeah,
Frankenstein is your...
Because Dr. Frankenstein, in my opinion, is the ultimate kit basher. Yeah. He literally took this guy's head, this dude's leg, that dude's whatever, mixed them all together and made a person. Awesome.
Mutant X.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, a little stitching and stuff, no problem.
Why not?
Shut Wade's mouth.
Yeah. Oh gosh, yeah, I forgot about that. Finally figured out a way to shut you up.
Yeah. Like I said, he does 3D print, makes his own parts and figures. He also does some. He makes the cards that the figures go on.
Right.
Oh, the card backs.
The card backs.
Right. Yeah. So I was born in the '80s. I grew up in the '90s. So Kenner, the card backs and stuff. The artwork. It's real. Loved it. So naturally, whenever I was working on some of this stuff, I was like, it'd be really cool if I made a card to put this guy in or this dude in. And so that's kind of where, all that came from. So when I'm not making figures or something, I'm actually like designing the card backs and stuff for them as well.
Heck yeah.
In fact, I think you have a few of them on display at your house.
I do. Y'all have seen them.
Yes.
I brought it up in the MTV Cribs version of my house.
Mm-hmm.
I have Mace Windu's hand.
Just the hand, nothing else.
And then the robot, the officer that isn't there.
Oh, TK421. Yeah.
TK421. He's just an empty card back.
Yeah, it's
because he's not there.
He's not there. He's not in his post. Yeah. That was
so
the running thing.
Does that, and I with having the Vault Gaming truck and doing the Fallout stuff, he made a figure for us. Called Gary. He's our 12-inch Gary figure. He is on display at Fraction Comics now.
That was fun.
And also did a bobblehead for Will and put Will's head on top of the Vault Boy.
Oh, that's fun.
He did that. Like the Gary figure is great. On our Gary figure, did you make the clothes for it also? Did you?
I outsourced that, yeah, but then I had to dye the material and I had to add some stuff to it myself, yeah.
Because
My wife, she helps with a lot of the materials and stuff. So,
what?
So, yeah,
Kind of like a tag team.
Yeah, right? Yeah, the dynamic duo.
That's right.
You're gonna go far if you get somebody that supports you. Like,
she does.
She's off camera, but you know.
Yeah, but yeah, on her St. Tammany video, she's in there.
She's in the back. Yeah,
you'll probably see them in more videos when we go to more toy shows and cons and stuff.
I'm geeking out because I found a batarang and stuff. So I'm like, she's like over here, like, okay, calm down.
Yeah.
Calm down. It's just plastic, and I was like, you don't understand.
You don't understand.
It's Marco Keaton's.
So I know of another thing. You've made other custom figures for Fallout because I see them on our Fallout pages, and it's always funny whenever people's like, that gun's not accurate to the game.
Oh,
okay.
Chest pain.
That is
Yeah.
When he makes a figure, this is what the customer wanted.
Yes.
And for this particular one, the guy was a former officer.
Yeah, it was an NCR Ranger, and apparently in the games and stuff, they only rock revolvers and nothing else.
Wow.
Exactly. Anyway, this guy, he used to be a police officer or something. The client that I was.
And he wanted a Glock.
He's like, I want my Ranger to have a Glock because that's what I rock, and I want him to rock the same thing. And I was like, okay, sure, not a problem. So I did that, and then I get all.
Yeah, and I saw all that, and I was like, y'all idiots.
Yeah, I was like, no, revolvers only. Yeah, and I was like, so there's no way that they could not have stumbled across a Glock in a post-apocalyptic wasteland.
And another thing I've noticed that you do that I don't even think Scotty knows this. You do your Zippo lighters.
Yeah, yeah, I have a laser pecker. That's its literal name, the laser pecker back there, and then that's what I do. I'll stick them under there and engrave on it whatever I want. It's really cool. I got a few of them back there. I'll show you. It's really neat.
Cool.
They're very, very, very neat, especially for collectible stuff. Just to have collectibles.
It is
because I don't really know if smoking's kind of over the years has faded away, but Zippos, people collect Zippos.
Yeah, Zippos are just fun. You did the Zippo tricks with them and everything. Yeah, you just strike them off your pants.
If you can open it and strike it at the same time.
It was really cool.
You got like double the cool points.
Yeah, you were cool, man. Yeah, you had leather jacket and you could do that with a Zippo. You were in. You were like the Fonz.
So going back to Batman.
Yes.
I take it you're a big fan.
Oh gosh, yes.
Your shirt.
And,
I did wear the shirt for that because he is a bigger Batman fan than I am. I love Batman, but Jeremy knows more about Batman than what I do.
So favorite Batman?
Michael Keaton, 100%. Yep. And Adam West would probably be a hard second, but yeah, Keaton all the way, man. Yeah, that was my Batman.
I love Keaton, but I love Christian Bale's. I thought he did great. Christian Bale. Mine would go Christian Bale, then the animated Batman.
Ooh, Kevin Conroy.
Yeah, because that iconic voice and just me watching that and I'm rewatching it again. And
I just started playing the Super Nintendo game like yesterday, literally.
Oh, did you?
There you go.
So those are mine and favorite Batman villain.
Like all across the board?
Yeah, all across the board.
Oh, gosh. I'm at a
loss. Spot.
I'm at a loss right now.
Okay.
What do you got? You got
Poison Ivy.
Which one?
Animated.
Animated? I like Bane, actually. I just like the way he talks. It would be most painful if you would do this.
Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Did such a great job.
It was great.
Him explaining how he came up with that voice is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I saw him in Peaky Blinders. It's the same voice. He uses the same voice all across the board.
Well, I think he said he got it from like a family member or a family friend or something that taught him.
Awesome.
And that's great.
I will gladly give you a hamburger on Tuesday.
Mine. I love the Mark Hamill Joker.
Joker
is always my favorite. Will forever be my favorite villain. But I go back and forth between Mark Hamill and Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger's just wanted to watch the world burn.
Yeah.
He didn't care about money. He just wanted to watch the world burn.
Yeah, there was no politics. There was no underlining.
He wanted to show how bad people actually were, and then it backfired on him. And so, let's see what else we got.
Meanwhile, Bane's just over there doing his stuff.
I will break you.
It would be most painful.
Oh, man.
it has to come with subtitles.
Just about it.
Batman, then you're Batman. What did he say? And they're just talking to each other. No one has any idea what they're saying.
Where is she?
Where is she? And meanwhile, everybody's just like, what are they saying to each other? I don't understand.
It's like that. It's like that meme of the most interesting conversation ever. You have Beaker, you have Hodor, you have Groot, you have Pikachu.
Hodor, and nobody knows. They're just in a little circle. It's like an AA meeting. They're all in a little circle and they're talking, telling their story, and nobody knows.
So we asked certain. You obviously you've seen all the videos. What is the first childhood toy that you remember having?
1992 C-3PO.
C-3PO.
Mm-hmm. It was the red-backed Kenner style C-3PO.
Oh, like the Power of the Force.
Correct. Yeah. Whenever I saw Star Wars for the first time, everybody was like Darth Vader and this dude, which were cool. But I liked C-3PO. I do not know why, but I just love. I love the robot.
He's such a proper butler.
He is. Yeah.
Would you like tea?
Yeah. He's just.
We can't do this.
He complains and whines the entire time, but I just love that.
Well, him and R2. I mean, they were the comedy.
Yeah. Which, surprisingly enough, I did not really care much for R2-D2. I liked R5-D4.
R2 was like a Swiss Army knife. He had
everything.
He was the tool for anything.
Yeah. So you can imagine my excitement whenever he came back in the Mandalorian series, and he was rocking along with Mando. I was like, R5, I love you so much. Yeah.
But yeah, he got fixed.
And those figures have gone up since.
Yeah, there's.
Oh, whenever anything's shown on the Mandalorian show,
it's gone up.
Right. When he fixed his new ship, became the Naboo Starfighter. I was like, oh, everyone's gonna be wanting that old ship now.
So yeah, the Mandalorian series, it pressed all the right buttons for me, because watching episode 1, Phantom Menace, that was my favorite ship, was the Naboo Starfighter. I love that yellow color. Green was my favorite color, so the fact that it was rocking like green lasers, it's awesome. And then I had R5-D4, that was my favorite. So in Mando, it was like all of those was just in one, and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing, But,
I completely agree.
All the nerd buttons and stuff, it was just right for me.
First childhood cartoon you remember?
Oh gosh, growing up, let's see. Born in the 80s, grew up in the 90s, so yeah, hard Nickelodeon. Probably Hey Arnold?
Hey Arnold?
Hey
What was
Arnold.
your favorite growing up?
Power Rangers. Love
That-
Power Rangers.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
First season?
Have you-
Or-
Yeah, oh yeah, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
The original
Have you
5?
watched the new?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
And
I figured you.
it was really good. It was so cheesy,
I'm
but
sure.
it was good.
I'm sure my buddy Daniel will watch this. My buddy Daniel is a huge Power Ranger fan. Like, he still buys the comics as they come out and reads them.
Oh well.
And like, he was just all into the new Netflix movie just because it brought the original and then with the second line of them kind of together.
Yeah, just meshed them all together in a nice little package. But no, I love Power Rangers, like the original Mighty Morphin. My mom never would let me watch them growing up because we would fight. So afterwards, we'd go outside with sticks. I wanted to see if I could go outside and hit my brother in the chest hard enough to make the sparks fly off, like they used to do. And she's like, "No, you can't do that." So we'd sneak over to my grandmother's house and we would watch Power Rangers there.
Because grandmas don't care.
Because grandmas are just like, as long as you're not in my hair, I don't care. We'd watch that. We'd watch Walker, Texas Ranger.
Oh my god.
And it was weird too. We also watched the Highlander. You remember the
I remember
Highlander?
Yeah.
It was such an awesome intro. Had Princess of the Universe by Queen and they're jamming and stuff, which was weird. We couldn't watch Power Rangers, but Highlander was okay to watch. People literally got their heads cut off in that show, but we couldn't watch Power Rangers because that was a little much.
It's like my parents banned the movie Willow in my house, but
because of the magic.
Well, but it was so funny. They banned Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 because it was too violent, but they let me watch Willow because it was like Moses going down the river at the beginning, which is way more violent.
Yeah.
People died in Willow.
Yeah.
And sorcery.
My mom
but that's okay.
There.
But Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
As a child, I can remember kindergarten at Pendorf.
I remember.
Did you go to Pendorf?
I went to Pendorf.
Okay, so
it's now like
look, Pendorf House.
Is that all I got?
They tore it down and it's hog heaven now.
It's a barbecue place now.
Yeah, it's a barbecue place.
It's like, that was my childhood.
Where in the county that we're from, you have 3 different high schools and a whole bunch of different elementary schools that go to those. But there was one kindergartner everybody went to, and it was Pendorf. And I mean, you would have hundreds of kids at the school, and I can remember show and tell days. Mm-hmm. And Mom's like, oh, well, what do you want to bring to show and tell? And I was like, oh, I want to bring this movie. And my mom's like, you can't take that movie. Because it was either Police Academy or The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas.
Awesome! Best show and tell ever!
Wow. So, or Ghostbusters. Those were the ones that we had.
Ghostbusters was a safe bet.
You can't bring... You're in kindergarten. You cannot bring that. If you've not seen any of those, I recommend all 3 of them.
In that order.
That's
amazing.
It'll be a roller coaster ride for you.
Oh, it's great. Man, let's see what else.
Do you remember the cafeteria in Pendorf? It had all the different characters and stuff.
Painted on the walls.
Painted on the walls.
Yes.
Yep.
See, I never went to Pendorf. I was in New Orleans at the time, but I did go to 2nd grade here in Ellisville. They did the same thing. They painted like all these Disney characters.
These murals and stuff on the wall, and like Blue the Bear over here. And then I think I remember the
slide.
Yep, the slide.
The big, long metal slide that burned your ass.
Yeah, of death.
When you went down.
Yeah. You'd go and you get about halfway down, and then you just like try to scoot down, and you're like trying to grab the sides, and you're scalding yourself, and I think finally you just got to roll off completely.
Yeah, pretty much. Or you go down in the part that was shaded to the sunny part. You're like, oh, this is nice. Yeah. It's not nice anymore. It's hot.
You're like, yeah, woo, yeah. You're like, I instantly regret my decision to do this.
Man.
Good See, the favorite toy, but I noticed you also got like Kinder Batman stuff too. So you collected that, as well as.
I lost many of those in the yard. Sacrificed many to the lawnmower gods. It was. I lost a lot of money out there. Yeah, it's sad,
Well, I think a lot of kids even like buried their stuff too. It's like.
I still wish I had my Tonka toys and stuff. The original metal Tonka stuff.
Tonka trucks?
Freaking plastic crap.
They're heavy.
Oh, I know.
The old Tonkas?
Yeah, I used to ride on them.
I got like...
Really? Yeah, you used to sit on them, ride them down the hill and at my house.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, they were tough.
They were built Tonka.
Other than your Star Wars, you said that was C-3PO was one of the first toys. Mm-hmm. When in the 90s, because I mean we were 90s kids. Mm-hmm. Things I remember like Johnny Quest. I had Johnny Quest and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. What is a toy line that you had?
G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe. Hard G.I. Joe.
Like the neon colors G.I. Joes, or like the more muted older.
They're bright one. Very nice. Yeah, I wanted my Cobra Commander to like, woo! Yeah,
G.I. Joe in space.
Yes, right. Yeah, all over in the jungle. They're just all over the road. That Batman,
Toxic,
Transformers. Love Transformers. Problem with that though, you'd lose the bits and pieces out there in the yard.
Oh, easily.
Oh yeah.
And my Megatron would be missing an arm, so I'd have to come up with a cool backstory. Battle damage.
To that.
Yeah, now with battle damage.
What was the first video game system in game that you remember?
Super Nintendo, Duck Hunt. Love me some Duck Hunt.
Duck Hunt.
No, wait.
That's
Nintendo.
original.
Sorry, Nintendo. NES, Duck Hunt.
NES Duck Hunt.
Uh-huh. I hated that dog. Man, I hated that dog.
It's called Duck Hunt when you shoot the dog.
You're not supposed to shoot the dog.
If you ever want to get back at the dog, you play the new Smash Brothers.
Is he on there?
Yeah, and he's the dog. He's one of the 50 characters that you can unlock. Him and the duck. And you can just beat the hell out of him. If you ever want to get back at the dog.
If Pina found out how many times I tried to shoot that dog, I hated that dog.
Oh.
Yeah, it was bad. It was Duck Hunt, and then it had the skeet shooting on there too. If you when you got
disc.
Yeah, when you got fed up with the duck stuff, then you swap over and you get fed up shooting at the disc and stuff. Yeah. You get right up to the
That's
TV
so
and like put it completely against the screen and just try to do it that way.
But you can't do it on like today's screens because
Nope. Refresh rate's too much.
Mm-hmm. They won't shock you. Remember the old TVs? You get close enough to it, you could it would give you a little pop.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So and we'll show we'll show some videos of his office and stuff. We were back there looking earlier, and now I have a question about your office. He's got a ton of autographs, like autographs I wish I had. What's your favorite?
Out of all of them? Oh gosh, there's a bunch of them. Probably the Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson one you had mentioned earlier. That is a good one. Very rarely do you get like 2 firsts or 3 firsts on the same picture. So yeah, that's a big deal.
He's got a couple I wish I had. He's got Freddie Mercury one I really wish I had.
You got
I love me some Queen.
You got something The Mandalorian. You got Duo sign there.
All across the board. I've got Kylo Ren when he played Matt the Radar Technician.
I saw that. Yeah.
SNL skit. He's up there. I got Ermi from Full Metal Jacket. Yeah, it's all across the board.
Some of the monsters.
Yeah, I got the monsters.
Harrison Ford.
Yeah. Yes. That hurt. Oh, chest pains. Oh,
yeah, he's a pretty penny.
Yes, he knows what he is worth. But we all loved Harrison Ford growing up. Indiana Jones. Love that fedora.
New movie coming out.
I'm actually excited about that. It looked really good. The deep fake stuff they did with his face, the face made him look younger. Actually looked pretty good.
Yeah,
at least
they've gotten better with it since like Rogue One.
Oh yeah, Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting. Tarkin looked pretty good in that show, but for the most part, Carrie Fisher was kind of iffy. But yeah, it looked good. I think
they fixed Mark Hamill too for the
Mandalorian.
For the Mando. Yeah, it looked pretty good too.
Yeah. Man, we appreciate you sitting and talking with us and all about everything, and
happy to have y'all in mi casa.
Yeah, we'll make sure that we put his links up if you're interested in a custom figure or
bless you,
or some of the Zippos that he does, or
Instagram
card back stuff, anything like that.
Yeah.
We'll put his links and everything, and like I said, Jeremy, man, we appreciate you.
I will say this: my favorite back card that I ever did. I don't know if you saw the pictures on Instagram or not, but I made a Geonosis Jango Fett, and it was literally just his head in the little card back. I sent it to Daniel Logan, the guy that played his son.
Yeah.
I know Daniel. I've worked with him on the Star Trek show.
So how like mafia gangster is that? I put your dad's head in the box and I sent it to you, and that was I got a picture of him.
Knowing Daniel's humor, he probably laughed.
He loved it. Yeah, I'll show it later. But yeah, he loved it, and I was like, boy, that was like some Godfather stuff there. Well, that was really awesome. what.
That's funny.
Yeah, eat the horse head in your bed. I just sent your dad's head. Yeah, that was my favorite card back.
That's awesome. Well, yeah, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks for coming on our show.
Yeah, happy to be here.
Y'all check out his Instagram, and he puts a lot of custom figures that he does, and he does little photo shoots with them. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's always something going on. You know, I get bored and I'll just grab a camera and just wherever it happens.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
All right, cool. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Bros Sport Shows. Peace out.
Yep.